slide your scion and your rootstock together. And there did it, didn't I? You're trying. Spun that thing around my hand. And with grafts of slender twigs, then these are called budding rubbers. And you yeah. You would wrap them as tight as you possibly can. And these budding rubbers come in different widths. But you wrap it as tight as you can because you want that cameo to be in absolute contact. And then when my wife comes in, tiny little runs. So what's the budding rubber do? Well, the budding rubber is to squeeze the cambiums together. And then after that budding rubber is on, then you would wax over that and actually seal in the moisture and seal out the pathogens.
So it's just like compressing together and then
Squeeze them together as tight as you can.
seal it with it.
And then you seal it with the wax. And then in the spring, it's hot in here, it's just going to... and then spring comes along, everything starts to flow. The cambium doesn't know the difference. Cambium, it grows together. You get a good graft union. Budding. I don't have anything with good buds on it. That doesn't mean I can't show you what we're talking about when we do buds. Two main buds that are used are called tea buds or chip buds. And you would do budding on actively growing rootstock. But hopefully you've kept your scion wood in a cooler, so you harvest it while it's dormant and keep it in the cooler somewhere. But just for the sake of argument, we're going to say that there's a bud on this stick. And we want to take the bud out of whatever this species is and put it into this species. So you would, the reason it's important that you're grafting or budding onto something that's actively growing is the bark has to be able to slip. You've got to be able to slide this bud down in here. So do a tea bud, and I may just verbally explain chip bud. Tea bud, you're cutting, cut straight across the top and teeing it down with one that comes, you're not crossing them up, but teeing down from that horizontal cut with a vertical cut. And then you would take for a tea bud, you're kind of scooping out the bud. You don't have one of your rough edges. You want it to be a smooth cut. And so if I'm harvesting a bud off of this bud stick, that's not sharp enough. So my bud would be on here on this little sliver of wood. find where I. Yes, it's the easiest one, and you'll see usually if you're in a place where they're doing this in an orchard, it's migrant workers, and they'll have these buds just stuffed in their mouth, and making a cut, slipping them in. You just slide it in. Where that T is, because the bark slips. Slide it in, cut off any excess that you had. And again, you wouldn't be doing it on this big, thick stock. It'd be on something maybe this big around as one of your fingers. Take a budding rubber, wrap it, wax it. The bud will still grow through the wax, so you can cover up the bud with the wax, but not with the budding rubber. You've got to leave that tip of the bud sticking out from underneath those budding rubbers. So that's grafting. The rest of our asexual propagation. We talked about doing leaf cuttings, and I'm going to let you guys do them. Let's do them on this table, and everybody else can crowd around. So Nick, if you would,